Here with Strikeforce lightweight Josh Thomson, absolute war tonight. So congratulations on a great performance. How are you feeling? Is this a fight of your life?
No, I mean, I expect a lot more out of my life in the future, and you know, to me right now, this is just a great fight. I want to make sure that I push myself, and I want to make sure that I give a great performance. You know, time off. You know, I can't say I was worried about it, but I want to make sure that there was no doubt whether the time off was that hindered me at all. And I think from the performance I gave tonight, I went hard for 5 rounds, and obviously conditioning wasn't a factor. And so we went out there and let it hang out, and I think we gave a great fight. So I'm happy with it.
He hit you a few times that rocked you, and you also hit him. Walk us through those scenarios. You know, how were you able to battle back, and were you frustrated that you weren't able to finish him?
No, not really. I mean, you know, I knew. The thing is with him is I know you can't. I kind of got careless a couple times when I did rock him. I should have worked more angles and you know, and stepped off and got more punches in that way. Instead, I stood in front of him, and I knew he had a heavy hand, and I was playing with danger, and I think it caught up with me in the second round. So you know, other than that, he landed a good shot in the fourth that, like I said, he hit me in the head and like knocked the wind out of me. So from there, it was good though. But after that, no, I really didn't. There was never really any other times besides those two where I felt like I was rocked.
15 minutes with Gilbert Melendez or another 25, something you want?
Like, I'm open for whatever. I mean, to be honest, I don't care. I'd prefer to fight 15 minutes for a little bit. I'm tired of training. I've been training all year for 25 minutes with no reward. You know, I mean, I had all those fights that I trained all the way up until a week or two before the fight. You know, and I sparred all those rounds, and there was no reward. I didn't fight. So, you know, here we go now, and I'm here. So maybe one fight at 3 rounds, and then we'll go back. But I know that nobody can keep up with me at a pace like that for 3 rounds, and I know I've got that hard. I got enough hard in me to go hard for 3 rounds. Can anybody else do that?
You've said, you know, you and Gilbert are just as good as UFC lightweights. After tonight, how do you feel about that statement?
I still stand by it 100%. I think we showed. You know, I'm fine with any of those guys that they bring in. I mean, any of them, they can come, we'll get at it. I don't care. You know, to me, you know, there's a couple little things I want to work on. I want to tighten up my game more. You know, felt like, you know, tonight I could have done a little bit better. Obviously, every time you lose, it's like back to the drawing board. So there's obviously things that I need to work on. You always got to get better as a fighter, and I'm ready for that.
What do you want to get out of this loss?
You know, I'm gonna go back to the draw. I'm gonna watch the tape and see what I did. And I mean, I know I can play it in my mind right now. I already know what I did wrong. You know, there's a lot of things I did wrong. I stood toe to toe with them when I wasn't supposed to. My trainer was mad at me, yelling at me in the second round. You know, there was a lot of things that I shouldn't have done, and I did. You know, I went out there. I was having too much fun. That's the problem with me, is I'm a real fighter. I have a passion for this sport. I have a passion just to fight. I love fighting, and so and I think tonight that cost me. My better judgment my lesser judgment got the better of me. You know, where I should have stepped off and moved out of the way and not stayed directly in front of him. And but the fighter in me wanted to stand toe to toe and let it fly. And I think that's what cost me the fight.
The last fight with Gilbert reminded fans that Josh Thomson is a top lightweight. What do you feel they're taking away from this performance?
If they take anything away from this, is that there's no quitting this fool. I mean, I'm not a quitter. I'm a fighter, and I really do have a love for this game, and I think you can see it. I was still smiling in the 5th round, you know, and I don't know very many guys that are pushing a pace like that in the 5th round and letting it fly out. So if anybody wants to question me and question my heart, you know, you can eat, you know.